सद्गुरु ब्रह्मनिष्ठ श्रोत्रिय Sri Virajeshwara Saraswati, on behalf of all of us and to the entire Guru Parampara, today's discourse will continue on Viveka Chudamani as given by Mahatmans like Sri Chandrasekhar Bharati Mahaswamigal of Sharda Peetha Dakshinamnaya Sringeri. I just want to say one or two things. I request all my Guru Bandhus to mute their sets or laptops or mobile, whatever it is, till the discourse is completed and short Ram Bhajan is over. So I request, this is a repeated request, so that people who join afresh should know all these things. Nimma laptop athwa mobile phone galna mute agi ittkondiddre namage yava disturbance irodilla anta. One or two small points are there. Last time, during the flow of a discourse, sometimes minor mistakes will be committed by words from my side. It was noticed later, one of my Guru Bandhus told me that while explaining the point from Bhagavad Gita last time, you used the word Ubhaya Brashta. Is it not wrong? Absolutely. Pardon me for the mistake committed there. The flow of the words, it came out from the mouth. It is not Ubhaya Brashta. The word there used by Lord Krishna Paramatma in Bhagavad Gita, that is Yoga Brashta. I stand corrected. I bow my head to all my Guru Bandhus who sometimes point out these small mistakes. I am highly beholden, grateful to all of you. So it is a Yoga Brashta word in Bhagavad Gita Lord used, not Ubhaya Brashta. That is a clarification I wanted to give. Now with Mangalacharana Shloka, Guru Vandana, we start today's discourse. Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Shri Mahasaraswatyai Namaha. Sadashiva Samarambham Sri Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Pariyantam Vande Guru Paramparam. Shruti Smruti Purananam Alayam Karunalayam Namami Bhagavat Padam Shankaram Loka Shankaram. Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayanam Sutra Bhashya Kruto Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punah. Sarva Vedanta Siddhanta Gocharam Tamagocharam Govindam Paramanandam Sadgurum Pranatosmyaham. Om Namo Bhagavate Virajeshwaraya Harihi Om. Last time in the Viveka Chudamani, Acharya was explaining the greatness of Mahatmans, Sant Mahapurushas, Brahmajnanis, the realized masters, how they live in this empirical world itself. They live in the world only for the sake of the benefit of the entire mankind. Lokahite charantaha. For the Loka Kalyana, they exist and give Upadesha to the people who are interested, who are well qualified, who are adhikaris themselves. So that is a landmark shloka. Last time it was covered. Here Acharya Shankara Bhagavatpada extols the virtues of the great Brahmajnanis, the great Jivan Muktas, the sages, Mahatmans, Parama Purushottamas, Paramahamsa Purushas. Shanta Mahanto Nivasanti Santo Vasanta Valloka Hite Charantaha तीर्णा स्वयं भीम भवार्णव जनान् अहेतुनान्यानपि तारयन्तः. See, this was the shloka last time. It was rendered. Now he continues, Acharya, about another in the next shloka, how these Mahatmans behave. Ayam swabhavah swatayeva yat parashamapanod pravanam mahatmanam sudham shuresha swayamarka karkasha prabha abhitaptam avatikshitim kila. Ayam swabhava swatayeva yat parashamapanod pravanam mahatmanam sudham shuresha swayamarka karkasha prabha abhitaptam avatikshitim kila. Acharya, in a poetic style in this shloka, he is using one beautiful metaphor. Just like in the daytime, in the summer season, the scorching sunlight burns the entire soil surface due to the heat, the temperature. In the same way, in the night time, the moon shines and cools the earth, just like that. So with this metaphor, Acharya says, indeed, this is a swabhava, the nature, born, innate nature of all holy sages, to help to remove the crisis, suffering, troubles of other human beings. Whoever comes to them with humility, to help them to enter into the sadhana mode, spiritual mode. So it is their innate nature, it is the instinctive nature. Without any discrimination, Mahatmans they pour down their grace on the disciples or devotees, even non-devotees also. Just like the moon with a cooling effect cools down the earth scorched by the sunlight. Sudham shuresha swayamarka karkasha prabha abhitaptam avatikshitim kila. Abhitaptam kshitim avati kila. In this way. Next, Acharya now comes to the next point. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ಶ್ಲೋಕದಲ್ಲಿ ಆಚಾರ್ಯರು ಏನು ಹೇಳಿದರು ಇದುವರೆಗೂ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ, ತಮ್ಮ ಕಾರುಣ್ಯ ರಸದಿಂದ, ವಾತ್ಸಲ್ಯ ರಸದಿಂದ ತುಂಬಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂತಹ ಮಹಾತ್ಮರು ತಾವಾಗಿಯೇ ಜನಗಳ ಶ್ರಮವನ್ನ ಪರಿಹಾರ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ, ಅವರ ಆಧ್ಯಾತ್ಮ ಉನ್ನತಿಗೆ ಸಹಾಯ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಬಂದಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಬೆಳದಿಂಗಳ ರಾತ್ರಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಚಂದ್ರ ತನ್ನ ಶೀತಲ ಕಿರಣಗಳಿಂದ ಸೂರ್ಯನ ಬಿಸಿಲಿನಿಂದ ಬೆಂದು ಬಳಲಿ ತಾಪಮಾನ ಎದುರಿಸ್ತಿರುವಂತಹ ಪೃಥ್ವಿಗೆ ಆತನ ಕಿರಣಗಳು ಆಶಾದಾಯಕವಾಗಿ, ಮನಸ್ಸಿಗೆ ಆಹ್ಲಾದಕರವಾಗಿ ಸುಖವನ್ನು ನೀಡುತ್ತದೆಯೋ ಅದೇ ರೀತಿ ಮಹಾತ್ಮರು ವರ್ತಿಸ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂತ ಶ್ಲೋಕದ ಅರ್ಥ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್, with such Mahatmans, the qualified disciple or devotee, when he approaches, you know what he will say, what he should say. In the next shloka, Acharya says, or he gives the way a devotee or a disciple should ask the Mahatma when he goes nearby. ब्रह्मानंदरसानुभूति कलितै पूतै शुशीतैर्हितै युष्मद्वाक्कलशयोज्जितै श्रुतिसुखैर्वाक्यामृतै सेचया संतप्त भवतावदावा दहन ज्वालाभिरेनं प्रभो Dhanyaste bhavati kshana kshanagate patrikuta svikrita. The devotee or the disciple with his folded hands approaching the Sadguru says like this. ಅತ್ಯಂತ ವಿನೀತನಾಗಿ ವಿನಯ ಭಾವದಿಂದ ಶರಣಾಗತಿಯಿಂದ ಭಕ್ತ ಅಥವಾ ಶಿಷ್ಯ ಸದ್ಗುರುವಿನ ಹತ್ತಿರ ಹೋದಾಗ ಈ ರೀತಿ ಹೇಳ್ತಾನೆ. ಏನ್ ಹೇಳ್ತಾನೆ ಅದನ್ನ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಆಚಾರ್ಯ. ಬ್ರಹ್ಮಾನಂದ ರಸಾನುಭೂತಿ ಕಲಿತೈ ಪೂತೈ ಸುಷಿತೈರ್ ಹಿತೈ ಯುಷ್ಮತ್ ವಾಕ್ ಕಲಶಯೋಜ್ಜಿತೈ ಶ್ರುತಿ ಸುಖೈರ್ ವಾಕ್ಯಾಮೃತೈ ಸೈಚಯ. ಹೇ ಪ್ರಭೋ, ಗುರುದೇವ, ಗುರು ಸಾರ್ವಭೌಮ, ಇವರ ಉಪದೇಶ, ಇವರ ಆದೇಶ, ಇವರ ಸಂದೇಶ is just like the nectar or ambrosia of the heaven pouring out from your lips, lotus lips. Whatever you are talking, it is just like amruta dhare pouring out, the jnana itself. The wisdom is coming through you. You are the embodiment of the entire wisdom. Look, I am already burnt. I have suffered. I am suffering in this empirical world called samsara. With all the sufferings, I am trapped in this samsara. Santapta bhavatapa davadahana jwalavirenam prabho. See, these worldly feelings, desires are like wildfire spreading and scorching me from all sides, Prabhu. I know people who are under your protection, people who have come and fallen at your feet, they all have been graced by your gracious look, your glance. So, like that, you also help me. That is the main point. Dhanyaste bhavadi kshana kshanagate patre kruta svikruta. Shower me such a grace, shower me that nectar of grace upon me also. Ultimately, it means have pity on me. I am pleading, Sadguru, just look at me. Look at me, O Master. Help me out, coming out of the samsara. I don't want this suffering again and again repeating, birth after death and again rebirth after death. So this cycle continues. Every time I am born and I will suffer in so many ways, in so many births. Please help me. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಗುರುವನ್ನ ಬೇಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋ ಪರಿ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ ಶಿಷ್ಯ. ಈ ಸಂಸಾರದಲ್ಲಿ ಬಹಳಷ್ಟು ನೊಂದಿ ಬೆಂದಿದ್ದೇನೆ ಗುರುದೇವ. ನಿಮ್ಮ ಹತ್ರ ಯಾರೇ ಬಂದರೂ ಸಹ ಅವರನ್ನ ಸಂಸಾರ ಸಾಗರದಿಂದ ಉದ್ಧಾರ ಮಾಡತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಶಕ್ತಿ ನಿಮಗಿದೆಯಲ್ಲ. ಆದ್ದರಿಂದ ನನ್ನನ್ನು ಸ್ವೀಕಾರ ಮಾಡಿ ನನ್ನನ್ನು ಉದ್ಧರಿಸಿ, ನಿಮ್ಮ ಉಪದೇಶವೆಂಬ ಅಮೃತದಿಂದ ನನ್ನನ್ನ ಸಿಂಪಡಿಸಿ ಅಂತ ಗುರುವನ್ನ ಕೇಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದು. ಯಾರು? ಆ ಶಿಷ್ಯ. Again, the Shishya says, next shloka, Acharya writes, Katam tareyam bhavasindumetam kavagatirme katamostyupayaha janena kinchit krupayavamam prabho samsara dukkha kshatimatanushva samsara dukkha kshatim atanushva ಸಂಸಾರ ದುಃಖ ಕ್ಷತಿಂ ಆತನುಷ್ವ. ಕಥಂ ತರೇಯಂ ಭವ ಸಿಂಧುಮೇತಂ ಕಾವಾ ಗತಿರ್ಮೇ ಕಥಮೋಸ್ತ್ಯುಪಾಯಃ ಕಥಂ ಅಸ್ತಿ ಉಪಾಯಃ ಜಾನೇನ ಕಿಂಚಿತ್ ಕೃಪಯಾ ಅವಮಾಂ ಪ್ರಭೋ. ಜಾನೇನ ಕಿಂಚಿತ್, ಐ ಡೋಂಟ್ ನೋ ಎನಿಥಿಂಗ್ ಗುರುದೇವ. Krupaya, please, mercifully, Krupaya, Mam Ava Prabho, hey Gurudeva, protect me. You uplift me. Mam Ava, important word here in this shloka. Mam Ava, Nanna Uddhara Madu Prabhu. Guru Sarvabhauma, Sadguru, ಸಾಕ್ಷಾತ್ ಪರಮಾತ್ಮ ರೂಪದಲ್ಲಿರತಕ್ಕಂತಹ ಸದ್ಗುರುವೇ ನನ್ನನ್ನು ಉದ್ಧಾರ ಮಾಡು ಅಂತ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಶಿಷ್ಯ ಕೇಳ್ಕೊಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾನೆ. ಯಾಕೆ? ಶಿಷ್ಯ ಹೇಳ್ತಾನೆ, ಕಥಂ ತರೇಯಂ ಭವಸಿಂಧು ಮೇತಂ, ಈ ಸಂಸಾರದಲ್ಲಿ ಬಿದ್ದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀನಲ್ಲ ನಾನು, ಇದ್ರದ ಪಾರಾಗೋದು ನನಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ವಲ್ಲಪ್ಪ ಗುರುದೇವ. ಜಾನೇನ ಕಿಂಚಿತ್, ಕಿಂಚಿತ್ ನ ಜಾನೇ, ನನಗೇನೂ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ವೇ, ಹೇಗೆ ದಾಟ್ಕೊಂಡು ಬರ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ವೇ, ಈ ಯಾವ ಉಪಾಯದಿಂದ ನಾನು ಹೊರಗಡೆ ಬರಬೇಕು, ಯಾವ ಮಾರ್ಗದಿಂದ ಹೊರಗಡೆ ಬರಬೇಕು ನನಗೇನು ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ವಲ್ಲ. ನನಗೆ ಧ್ಯಾನ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ, ನನಗೆ ಭಕ್ತಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ, ಏನೂ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಆದ್ರಿಂದ ನನ್ನ ಉದ್ಧಾರ ಮಾಡು ಪ್ರಭು. ಸೊ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಎ ಹಾರ್ಟ್, ಫ್ರಮ್ ದಿ ಹಾರ್ಟ್ ವೆನ್ ದಿ ಡಿಸೈಪಲ್ ಇಸ್ ಪೋರಿಂಗ್ ಔಟ್ ಹಿಸ್ ಫೀಲಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಟುವರ್ಡ್ಸ್ ದ ಗುರು. ಪ್ಲೀಸ್ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಮೀ, ಮಾಂ ಉದ್ಧರ, ಪ್ರೊಟೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮೀ, uplift me from this ocean of samsara. I don't know anything. Janena kinchit. I don't know anything means, Mahaswami writes here, I don't know any of the intricacies of spiritual mode of sadhana, Gurudeva. I don't know what is dhyana yoga. Janena kinchit. I don't know what is meant by bhakti yoga. People use these words. I don't know anything. I don't know what is karma yoga. I don't know anything about hatha yoga. I don't know anything about kundalini yoga. These words I have just heard in my life. I don't know all these things. You are the one. You are the embodiment of jnana itself. You are the one sarvajna, you know everything. I don't know anything. You know everything, I don't know anything, Gurudeva. This is the pleading from the disciple, devotee towards the Guru. So help me. Samsara dukkha kshatim atanushva. Cut down this burning, this life, wretchful, miserable life called samsara. Please burn this away. I have surrendered to you. See, remember, similarly, in Bhagavad Gita, in the second chapter, after Arjuna pleading everything to Lord Krishna that I will not commence the war, I don't want the war, I don't want to do the battle, I don't want to kill my own kids and kins, my grandfather like Bhishmacharya is there, my gurus are there, my cousins are there. No, I will not. After telling all that, finally in the second chapter, ultimately, he surrenders to Lord Krishna. He bows down to Lord Krishna, and he says, finally, he begs like a disciple. Shadimam prapannam shishyasteham. Shishyasteham shadimam prapannam. That is a main shloka there in the second chapter, Bhagavad Gita. 7th shloka. When ultimately Arjuna tells Lord Paramatma that he accepts him as a guru and then surrenders at his feet, prostrating, and requests him, Shadimam Prapannam, Shishyasteham. Then only the Upadesha of Lord Krishna commences as Sadguru. Till that, there was no Upadesha by Lord. So it means once you completely surrender and beg Sadguru to lead you in the sadhana mode, he is there to help you. ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಭಗವದ್ಗೀತೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಕೃಷ್ಣ ಪರಮಾತ್ಮನೆದುರಿಗೆ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ ಮಾಡಿ ಶರಣಾಗತನಾಗಿ ಅರ್ಜುನ ಬೇಡ್ಕೊಳ್ತಾನಲ್ಲ, ಪ್ರಭೋ ನಾನು ನಿನ್ನ ಶಿಷ್ಯನಾಗಿದ್ದೇನೆ, ಶರಣಾಗತನಾಗಿದ್ದೇನೆ, ನನ್ನ ಕಾಪಾಡು, ನಾನು ನಿನಗೆ ಶರಣಾಗಿದ್ದೇನೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ ಮೇಲೆ ಭಗವದ್ಗೀತಾ ಉಪದೇಶ ಪ್ರಾರಂಭ. ಹಾಗೆಯೇ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಸಂಸಾರ ಸಾಗರ ಹೇಗೆ ದಾಟಬೇಕು ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ವಲ್ಲ ಪ್ರಭು ಗುರುದೇವ, ನನ್ನ ಉದ್ಧಾರ ಮಾಡಿ ನೀವು, ನನ್ನ ಉದ್ಧಾರ ಮಾಡಿನಿ. ಮಾಂ ಕೃಪಯ ಅವ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ uplift me. Please tell me how I can be liberated while still living in this birth. That is a question. After that, Acharya writes, then what the Sadguru will do? Tatha vadantam sharanagatam swam samsara dhavanalathapataptam nirikshya karunyarasardra drishtya dadyadabhitim sahasa mahatma. Then what the Sadguru will do? After listening to the Shishya, ಶಿಷ್ಯನ ಶರಣಾಗತಿಯ ಭಾವ, ಆತನ ಮಾತುಗಳನ್ನು ಆಲೈಸಿದ ಸದ್ಗುರು ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಏನ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅದನ್ನು ಆಚಾರ್ಯರು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ತಥಾ ವದಂತಂ ಶರಣಾಗತಂ ಸ್ವಂ ಸಂಸಾರ ದಾವಾನಲತಾಪತಪ್ತಂ ನಿರೀಕ್ಷ್ಯ ಕಾರುಣ್ಯರಸಾರ್ದ್ರ ದೃಷ್ಟ್ಯಾ ದದ್ಯಾತ್ ಅಭೀತಿಂ ಸಹಸಾ ಮಹಾತ್ಮ. ಮಹಾತ್ಮ ಸಹಸಾ ಅಭೀತಿಂ ದದ್ಯಾತ್. This is the injunction by the Acharya. He says that such a Sadguru immediately, sahasa means immediately, abhitim tadya, he should provide protection to the person who has surrendered as a disciple. He should start helping him immediately by his upadeshas. तथा वदन्तं शरणागतं स्वं संसार दावानलतापतप्तं निरीक्ष्य कारुण्यरसार्द्रदृष्ट्या निरीक्ष्य. The Sadguru, an ocean of compassion and mercy, with that merciful, benevolent look, when he looks upon the disciple who has surrendered, nirikshya, after looking at the disciple, he will give him abhaya pradhan. He has to give. His duty is to help such a disciple who is already suffering in this samsara. He wants to come out of this samsara, bondage itself. ಶರಣಾಗತನಾಗಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂತಹ ಶಿಷ್ಯನನ್ನು ನೋಡಿ ಕರುಣಾರಸ ಸಾಗರನಾಗಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂತಹ ವಾತ್ಸಲ್ಯ ಸಾಗರನಾಗಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂತಹ ಸದ್ಗುರು ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಪ್ಪ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ಆತನನ್ನ ಉದ್ಧಾರ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ, ಆತನ ಸಹಾಯ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ತಕ್ಷಣ ಕಾರ್ಯಪ್ರವೃತ್ತರಾಗಬೇಕು. ಈ ಶ್ಲೋಕದ ಅರ್ಥ. ಸೊ ದ ಸದ್ಗುರು ಶುಡ್ ಡೆವಲಪ್ ಆರ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಪಿಟಿ, kindness, and he should bestow him the protection the disciple needs. Again, Acharya Bhagavad-pada says, he continues, Vidwan satasma upasatti miyoshe mumukshve sadhu yatoktakarine prashanta chittaya shamanvitaya tatvopadesham krupayaiva kuryat. Tatvopadesham krupayaiva kuryat. Vidwan satasma upasatti miyoshe mumukshve sadhu yatoktakarine ಪ್ರಶಾಂತ ಚಿತ್ತಾಯ ಶಮಾನ್ವಿತಾಯ ತತ್ವೋಪದೇಶಂ ಕೃಪಯೈವ ಕುರ್ಯಾತ್. ಬ್ರಹ್ಮಜ್ಞಾನಿಯೂ ಆತ್ಮಜ್ಞಾನಿಯೂ ಶ್ರೋತ್ರಿಯನೂ ಆದಂತಹ ಸದ್ಗುರು ತನಗೆ ಶರಣಾಗತನಾಗಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂತಹ, ಮುಮುಕ್ಷುವಾಗಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂತಹ, ವಿವೇಕ ವೈರಾಗ್ಯ ಗುಣಸಂಪನ್ನನಾಗಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂತಹ, ಅಧಿಕಾರಿಯಾಗಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂತಹ ಶಿಷ್ಯನಿಗೆ ಕೃಪೆಯಿಂದ, ದಯೆಯಿಂದ, ಕರುಣೆಯಿಂದ ತತ್ವೋಪದೇಶವನ್ನ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಈ ಶ್ಲೋಕದ ಅರ್ಥ. Such a Sadguru, who is a Brahmanistha, who is a Atmanistha, who is a realized master himself, who is a realized sage himself, after looking at the disciple who has totally surrendered at his feet, The disciple who is qualified, the disciple with all the basic mental qualifications like viveka, vairagya, shama, dama, uparati, shraddha, titiksha, samadhana, mumukshatva, with all these qualities earlier described. When the guru finds that the shishya is endowed with such qualities, then with great compassion and mercy and great divine love, such a guru should impart tattvopadesha, tattvajnana upadesha to such a disciple. Then the guru will tell the disciple like this. Next ಶ್ಲೋಕ. ಮುಂದಿನ ಶ್ಲೋಕದಲ್ಲಿ ಆಚಾರ್ಯರು ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ಅಂತಹ ಕರುಣಾಮೃತ ಸಾಗರರಾಗಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂತಹ ದಯಾ ಸಿಂಧುವಾಗಿರುವ ಸದ್ಗುರು ಉಪದೇಶನಿಗೆ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಅಭಯ ಪ್ರದಾನವನ್ನ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಅದು ಶ್ಲೋಕ. ಮಾ ಭೈಷ್ಟ ವಿದ್ವಂಸ್ತವನಾಸ್ತ್ಯಪಾಯ ಸಂಸಾರ ಸಿಂಧೋಸ್ತರಣೇಸ್ತ್ಯುಪಾಯ ಏನೈವ ಯಾತ ಯತಯೋಸ್ಯ ಪಾರಂ ತಮೇವ ಮಾರ್ಗಂ ತವ ನಿರ್ದಿಶಾಮಿ. ಮಾ ಭೈಷ್ಟ್ಯ ವಿದ್ವಂಸ್ತವನಾಸ್ತ್ಯಪಾಯ ಸಂಸಾರ ಸಿಂಧೋಸ್ತರಣೇಸ್ತ್ಯುಪಾಯ. ಸಂಸಾರ ಸಿಂಧೋಸ್ತರಣೇ ಅಸ್ತಿ ಉಪಾಯ. ಏನೈವ ಯಾತ ಯತಯೋಸ್ಯ ಪಾರಂ ತಮೇವ ಮಾರ್ಗಂ ತವ ನಿರ್ದಿಶಾಮಿ. ಆ ಗುರು ಸಾರ್ವಭೌಮ ಶಿಷ್ಯನಿಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, ನೋಡಪ್ಪ ವತ್ಸ, ಮಗು, ನೀನು ಹೆದರಬೇಡ, ನೀನು ಕಳವಳ ಪಡಬೇಡ, ನೀನು ದುಃಖಿಸಬೇಡ. ಮಾ ಭೈಷ್ಟ. ಮಾ ಭೈಷ್ಟ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಡೋಂಟ್ ವೀಪ್. Do not have any doubts. Don't grieve. Don't weep at all. ಮಾ ಭೈಷ್ಟ. ದುಃಖಿಸಬೇಡಪ್ಪ, ನಿನಗೆ ಯಾವ ಅಪಾಯವೂ ಇಲ್ಲ. ನೋಡಿ, ಈ ಶ್ಲೋಕದಲ್ಲಿ ಎರಡು ಶಬ್ದ ಆಚಾರ್ಯರು ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಅಪಾಯ ಮತ್ತೆ ಉಪಾಯ. ಅಪಾಯ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಿನಗೆ ಯಾವ ತೊಂದರೆ, ಉಪಾಯ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅದರಿಂದ ಹೊರಬರುವಂತ ಮಾರ್ಗ. ಅಪಾಯ ತೊಂದರೆ, ಉಪಾಯ ಮಾರ್ಗ. ನಿನಗೆ ಯಾವ ಅಪಾಯ ಇಲ್ಲಪ್ಪ. ನೀ ಸಂಸಾರದಿಂದ ಹೊರಗೆ ಬರಲಿಕ್ಕೆ, ಈ ಮೋಕ್ಷವನ್ನ ಪಡಿಲಿಕ್ಕೆ, ಈ ಬ್ರಹ್ಮಜ್ಞಾನವನ್ನ ಪಡಿಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಹಿಂದೆ ಮಹಾಪುರುಷರು, ಯತಿಗಳು, ಋಷಿಗಳು ಯಾವ ದಾರಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋದ್ರು ಆ ದಾರಿಯನ್ನೇ ನಾನು ನಿನಗೆ ತೋರಿಸ್ಕೊಡ್ತೇನೆ. ಹೆದರಬೇಡ, ದುಃಖ ಪಡಬೇಡ. ಮಾ ಭೈಷ್ಟ. ಡೋಂಟ್ ವರಿ, ಡೋಂಟ್ ವೀಪ್. ಮಾ ಭೈಷ್ಟ. ಡೋಂಟ್ ವರಿ, ಡೋಂಟ್ ವೀಪ್. ಸಿ, there is no danger for you. Vidvam tava na asti apayaha. There is no danger for you. Vidwan, look, Vatsa, child, dear child, you are qualified. You have got all the qualifications to receive Brahmajnana. So, ma bhaishta, don't worry. There is no apaya. There is no danger. Apaya means danger. Samsara sindhostarane stupaya. Now there is a upaya. Now there is a way. There is a way to cross over this cycle of birth and death. Samsara sindhostarane asti upaya. There is a way. Definite way is there to cross over. Don't worry. Ma bhaishta. Yenaiva yata yatayosya param. Tameva margam tava nirdisha. The particular way, the route, what others have already taken, all Mahatmans and Jnanis, Rishis, Mahapurushas, Santa Purushas have already taken and crossed over and liberated themselves. The same route, the same way, I am going to show you. I am going to show you the same way itself. So, don't worry, Ma Bhaishta. Don't worry. Don't weep. This is assurance given by Sadguru to the disciple. See, I remember here, the final Upadesha Lord Krishna Paramatma has given to Arjuna in Bhagavad Gita. The final shloka, the culminating shloka, that is 66th shloka of Bhagavad Gita, 18th chapter. There he uses the same word. Please remember, go through that today, please. ಅದನ್ನು ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಇವತ್ತು ಸಾಧ್ಯವಾದರೆ 18ನೇ ಅಧ್ಯಾಯ ಭಗವದ್ಗೀತೆಯ 66ನೇ ಶ್ಲೋಕ, ಭಗವಂತನ ಕೊನೆಯ ಉಪದೇಶ ಅರ್ಜುನನಿಗೆ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನ್ ಹೇಳ್ತಾನೆ ಕೊನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಭಗವಂತ? ಮಾ ಶುಚಃ. ದ ಲಾರ್ಡ್ ಸೇಸ್ ಇನ್ ದಟ್ final upadesha to Arjuna, ma shuchaha. Ma shuchaha means same thing. Don't worry, don't weep. Ma bhaishta, same thing. Don't worry, don't weep, I am there. What Lord tells Arjuna, the same point Acharya is using here. The Sadguru is blessing. Sadguru is giving a promise, ma bhaishta. Don't worry, I am there to look after you, my dear child. So there, what Lord tells Arjuna, sarvadharman parityajya mamekam sharanam vraja aham tva sarva papebhyo mokshayishyami ma shuchaha. Mokshayishyami ma shuchaha. Same similar core meaning is here in this shloka Acharya has written. Ma bhaishta vidvamstava nastyapayah samsara sindhostarnestyupayah yenaiva yata yatayosya param tameva margam tava nirdishami. Both are, the core meaning is same. Core meaning is same. That is why all Mahatmans repeatedly have expressed the Sadguru and God, they are one and the same. Sadguru residing in our heart in the form of self or Atma, that is the reality, that is the real nature of I. Our Gurudev once made a wonderful, famous statement, a quotation itself. It became a quotation. Long back he told me and others also. Our Pujya Gurudev said once, there is only one Sadguru. There is only one Sadguru in all different physical appearances. There is only one Sadguru in all physical different appearances. The same Sadguru is also residing in your heart. Same Sadguru is also residing in your heart. Have faith. This is the quotation statement given by our Gurudev. Next shloka. Astyupayo mahan kashit samsara bhayanashanah tena tirtva bhavam bodhi paramanandamapsyasi. Sadguru further tells the disciple, Astyupayo mahan kashit samsara bhayanashanah tena tirtva bhavam bodhim paramanandamapsyasi. Asti upayah mahan kaschit. Kaschit mahan upayah asti. ಸದ್ಗುರು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಶಿಷ್ಯನಿಗೆ, ನೋಡಪ್ಪ, ಒಂದು ಉತ್ತಮವಾದ ಉಪಾಯ ಇದೆ, ಬಹಳ ಉತ್ತಮವಾದ ಉಪಾಯ ಇದೆ. ಯಾವುದಕ್ಕೆ? ನೀನು ಆತ್ಮ ಸಾಕ್ಷಾತ್ಕಾರವನ್ನು ಹೊಂದಲಿಕ್ಕೆ, ಅಥವಾ ಈ ಸಂಸಾರ ಸಾಗರದಿಂದ ಬಿಡುಗಡೆ ಹೊಂದಲಿಕ್ಕೆ, ಅಥವಾ ಈ ಬಂಧನದಿಂದ ಮುಕ್ತನಾಗಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಅತಿ ಉತ್ತಮವಾದ ಉಪಾಯ ಇದೆ. ಆ ಉತ್ತಮ ಉಪಾಯವನ್ನು ನೀನು ಹೊಂದಿದರೆ ಈ ಸಂಸಾರ ಅನ್ನೋ ಈ ಭವಸಾಗರದಿಂದ ಹೊರಗಡೆ ಬಂದು ನೀನು ನಿಜವಾದ ಪರಮಾನಂದವನ್ನೇ ಹೊಂದಿಬಿಡ್ತೀಯ. ತೇನ ತೀರ್ತ್ವಾ ಭವಾಂಬೋಧಿ ಪರಮಾನಂದ ಮಾಪ್ಸ್ಯಸಿ. Sadguru tells the disciple, look, there is a wonderful way out. by which you can put an end to the fear, your fear of bondage, fear of death and rebirth, fear of death and rebirth, fear of death and rebirth, resulting in bondage and suffering. You can put an end to that fear at all, completely. There is a way. There is a wonderful way out. Astyupayo mahan kashchit samsara bhayanashanaha. This fear of samsara can be eliminated, eradicated with that particular way. There is a way out. Tena tirtva bhavam bodhim paramanandamapsyasi. By following that route, what happens? You will get liberated in this birth itself. You will get totally emancipated. You will enter into salvation and establish yourself in Paramananda, the absolute bliss, Nijananda. You will develop or you will acquire the highest supreme knowledge, jnana, now itself in this birth, by which you will be totally blissful, absolutely blissful all the time. Your fear of samsara will vanish in no time. Your fear of death also will vanish in no time. Samsara bhayanashanaha. Asti upaya. Key word here. Samsara bhaya nashanaha. To remove that fear of birth and rebirth and death. Birth, rebirth and death. To remove the fear of your suffering, problems and crisis in this life. There is a way out. There is a way out. Then the Acharya once again says to the disciple, Vedantartha vicharena jayate jnanamuttamam tena atyantika samsara dukkha nasho bhavatyano. Vedantartha vicharena jayate jnanamuttamam tena atyantika samsara dukkha nasho bhayatyano. Acharya says, ಉಪನಿಷತ್ತುಗಳ ನಿಜ ವಾಕ್ಯ ಅರ್ಥಾನುಸಂಧಾನ ಗುರುಮುಖೇನ ಮಾಡಿದರೆ ಉಪನಿಷತ್ತುಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಅಡಗಿರತಕ್ಕಂಥ ರಹಸ್ಯ ಜ್ಞಾನ ಭಂಡಾರವನ್ನ ಗುರು ತೆಗೆದು ತೋರಿಸಿದರೆ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಮನನ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಹೋದ್ರೆ ಆ ವಾಕ್ಯದ ಅರ್ಥಗಳ ಮನನ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಹೋದ್ರೆ ಉತ್ತಮವಾದ ಜ್ಞಾನ ಈ ಜನ್ಮದಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರಾಪ್ತಿಯಾಗತ್ತಪ್ಪ ಮಗು. ಉತ್ತಮವಾದ ಜ್ಞಾನ ಪ್ರಾಪ್ತಿಯಾಗತ್ತೆ. ಆ ಜ್ಞಾನದಿಂದ ಸಂಸಾರ ದುಃಖ ಸಂಪೂರ್ಣವಾಗಿ ನಾಶವಾಗುತ್ತಲ್ಲಪ್ಪ. ಆ ಜ್ಞಾನವನ್ನ ಹೊಂದಿದ ಮೇಲೆ ಮತ್ತೆ ಪುನರ್ಜನ್ಮವೇ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಸಂಸಾರದ ಭಯವೇ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಈ ದುಃಖ, ಚಿಂತೆ, ಶೋಕ, ಮೋಹ ಎಲ್ಲಕ್ಕೂ ಅತೀತನಾಗಿ ಬಿಡ್ತೀರಿ. ಎಲ್ಲವನ್ನೂ ಸಾಕ್ಷೀಭೂತವಾಗಿ ನೋಡಕ್ ಶುರು ಮಾಡ್ತೀಯಲ್ಲಪ್ಪ. ಮನಸ್ಸು ಪ್ರಸನ್ನವಾಗತ್ತಲ್ಲಪ್ಪ. ಅಂತಹ ಜ್ಞಾನ ಉಪನಿಷತ್ತುಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ, ಆ ಉಪನಿಷತ್ತುಗಳಿರತಕ್ಕಂತಹ ಜ್ಞಾನವನ್ನ ಅದೇ ವೇದಾಂತಾರ್ಥ ವಿಚಾರೇಣ ಮನನ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಗುರುಮುಖೇನ ಅದನ್ನ ಶ್ರವಣ ಮಾಡಿ ಅದನ್ನ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಂಡು ಆ ಉಪದೇಶವನ್ನ ಅನುಸರಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾಗ ಜ್ಞಾನವು ತಾನಾಗಿ ಬಂದ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತಲ್ಲಪ್ಪ. So the Acharya writes here, the Sadguru tells the disciple, look, the highest supreme knowledge coded in Upanishads, in the Vedanta, when they are expounded to you by the Sadguru directly through Shravana, you are listening and he is speaking. You are listening and he is giving Upadesha. So that is Shravana. You are listening means Shravana. Then what happens? When you start reflecting, contemplating and thinking on the Upanishad Maha Mantras, Upanishad Maha Vakyas, as given by the Guru in the form of Upadesha, what happens? Ultimately a time will come, there will be total annihilation of all your sorrows, your sufferings, your griefs, your worries, your fears in this life. That is a benefit of Atmajnana. All your sorrows, griefs, worries, suffering, fear of death, whatever it is, fear of rebirth again, whatever it is, everything will vanish. Your mind becomes prashanta chittaha, prashanta manas. That is what the Sadguru is telling the disciple. Next, Shraddha Bhakti Dhyana Yogan Mumuksho Mukter Hetun Vakti Sakshat Shrutergi Yova Yeteshveva Tishthatyamushya Moksho Vidya Kalpitat Deha Bandhat Shraddha Bhakti Dhyana Yogan Mumuksho Mukte Hetun Vakti Sakshat Shrutergi यो वा येतेष्वेव तिष्ठत्यमुष्य मोक्षो विद्या कल्पितात् देहबन्धात्. ಈ ಶ್ರದ್ಧೆ ಮತ್ತು ಭಕ್ತಿ ಮತ್ತು ಧ್ಯಾನ, ಶ್ರದ್ಧಾ ಭಕ್ತಿ ಧ್ಯಾನ ಯೋಗ, ಶ್ರದ್ಧಾ ಭಕ್ತಿ ಧ್ಯಾನ ಇವುಗಳ ಮೂಲಕ ಮೋಕ್ಷ ಪ್ರಾಪ್ತಿಯಾಗತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಉಪನಿಷತ್ತುಗಳೇ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಉಪನಿಷತ್ತುಗಳ ಸರ್ವ ಸಾರ ಏನಿದೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಶ್ರದ್ಧೆ ಭಕ್ತಿ ಧ್ಯಾನ ಯೋಗ ಇವುಗಳಿಂದ ಮುಕ್ತಿಗೆ ಕಾರಣವಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಯಾವನು ಈ ಶ್ರದ್ಧಾ ಭಕ್ತಿ ಧ್ಯಾನ ಯೋಗದಲ್ಲಿ ಮುಂದುವರಿತಾ ಇದ್ದಾನೋ ಆತನಿಗೆ ಈ ಅಜ್ಞಾನದಿಂದ ಉಂಟಾಗಿರತಕ್ಕಂಥ ದೇಹ ಬಂಧನ ಅದು ಬಿಡುಗಡೆ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. The shloka Acharya is quoting here straight away. The first charana is the first line in one of the Mahavakyas in Kaivalya Upanishad. In a Kaivalya Upanishad, Kaivalyopanishad as it is called, in Kaivalya Upanishad it is Shraddha Bhakti Dhyana Yoga Devahi. Shraddha Bhakti Dhyana Yoga Davehi. Yogat Evahi. It starts like. So, Kaivalya Upanishad is very clear in the statement it is giving. Same thing Acharya is using here. The secrets of Upanishads learned by Sadguru and also by constant manana, reflection, manana and nididhyasa, meditation. What happens? This constant devotion, bhakti, Shraddha, total faith and conviction in Guru's vachanas and scriptures. Total faith in the scriptures. Total trust in the scriptures, what they say, what Upanishads say. They are Swayam Pramana. So that is Shraddha. So with such a Shraddha and Bhakti, devotion, and Dhyana Yoga, meditation, they are the important main way towards realization. Acharya is writing here. The Guru is telling, so there is a way out, he says, these are the way. You develop the Shraddha, develop that Bhakti, devotion to Sadguru, and develop that capacity of Dhyana Yoga, meditation. Then Sadguru will take you, he will guide you, he will show the way towards realization. That's what he says. Then the Sadguru further tells the Shishya, Ajnana Yogat Paramatmanastava Anatma Bandastava Eva Samsrutihi Tayor Vivekodita Bodhavanni Ajnana Karyam Pradahet Samolam. Ajnana Yogat Paramatmanastava Anatma Bandastava Eva Samsrutihi Tayor Vivekodita Bodhavanni Ajnana Karyam Pradahet Samolam. the Sadguru is telling the Shishya here in the very first Charana, Acharya Shankara Bhagavatpada writes the ultimate core point of Upanishads. Tattvamasi, you are that only. One of the four cardinal Mahavakyas in Vedanta is Tattvamasi. Tat Tvamasi, Tvam Tat Asi. You are that only. What is that? You are that only. You are that absolute reality. You are that Paramachaitanya. You are that Paramatma. You are some slight basic, some problem. Okay, we'll continue. One of the four Mahavakyas of Vedanta, Upanishads, that is Tattvamasi. That will come in the Vivek Chudamani later in detail. The detailed analysis as given by Shankara Bhagavatpada on Tattvamasi will come later. So that part Acharya is writing in this shloka, that is Sadguru is telling the disciple. See, that is the point. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ಶ್ಲೋಕದಲ್ಲಿ ಸದ್ಗುರು ಶಿಷ್ಯನಿಗೆ ಏನ್ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ, ಮೊದಲನೇ ಚರಣ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ, ಆ ಮೊದಲನೇ ಚರಣದಲ್ಲಿ ತತ್ವಮಸಿ ಮಹಾವಾಕ್ಯದ ಅರ್ಥವನ್ನೇ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಸೇರಿಸಿಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಆಚಾರ್ಯರು. ಏನದು? ಅಜ್ಞಾನ ಯೋಗಾತ್ ಪರಮಾತ್ಮನಃ ತವ ಹಿ. ಅಜ್ಞಾನ ಯೋಗಾತ್ ಪರಮಾತ್ಮನಃ ತವ ಹಿ. This first charana means, see, you are Parabrahma, Paramatma itself. You are Parabrahma athva Paramatma itself. You are Paratattva itself. You are Atma Tattva itself. See, that point he is bringing here, Acharya. But what has happened? Though you are Paramatmanaha Tavahi, Tava Paramatmanahi, assertive, Acharya is saying, you are definitely Paramatma himself. But he says, what has happened? You don't know that. I know that I am Nagarajpati. That's all. You know that you are so and so. That's all. So why it has happened? Acharya is giving a reason here. Because Ajnana Yogat Atma Bandha Tavayeva Samsrutihi. Ajnana Yogat Anatma Bandha. Sorry, not Atma. Ajnana Yogat Anatma Bandha Tata Eva Samsrutihi. Because of Ajnana, because of ignorance, because of avidya, delusion of the mind, because of the vibhranta sthiti of the manas, ಭ್ರಾಂತಿಯಿಂದ, ಭ್ರಾಂತಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಾವು ನಮ್ಮನ್ನು ಮರೆತುಕೊಂಡು ಅಜ್ಞಾನದಿಂದ ಏನೂ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲದೆ ನಾನು ಪರಮಾತ್ಮವನ್ನು ವಿಷಯವನ್ನೇ ನಾವು ಮರೆತು ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೇವೆ. ಅದು ಅಜ್ಞಾನ ಯೋಗದಿಂದ. ಅಜ್ಞಾನವೇ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಕಾರಣಪ್ಪ. ನೋಡಪ್ಪ ಶಿಷ್ಯ, ನೀನು ನಿಜವಾಗ್ಲೂ ಪರಮಾತ್ಮ ಸ್ವರೂಪನೇ ಆಗಿದ್ದೀಯ, ಆದ್ರೆ ಅಜ್ಞಾನದಿಂದ ಈ ಅನಾತ್ಮವಾಗಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ದೇಹವೇ ನಾನು ಅಂತ ನೀನು ತಿಳ್ಕೊಂಡು ನೀನು ಏನು ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನ ಮರ್ತು ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀಯಪ್ಪ. ಅದನ್ನ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಆಚಾರ್ಯ. ಅಜ್ಞಾನ ಯೋಗಾತ್ ಪರಮಾತ್ಮನಸ್ತವ ಹಿ ಅನಾತ್ಮ ಬಂಧಸ್ತವ ಏವ ಸಂಸ್ಕೃತಿ. You have forgotten your real nature. Look, my dear child, you don't know what you are. You are really Paramatma himself. Why you have forgotten? Because of Ajnana Yoga. Because of Anatma Bandhana. Because of that Samsruti. See, you have forgotten because of ignorance, because of delusion, because of Maya. Everything you have forgotten. Disconnected. Totally. And you have connected yourself Anatma Bandha to your body and mind. You think that you are your body mind complex. Whatever I say, you will never forget that you are always you believe that you are so and so. That's all. That is because of ignorance, because of ajnana. Acharya is making very clear here. So in this shloka, the Guru, Sadguru is telling the Shishya, don't worry, ma bhaishtya, I am there. What has happened? By ignorance, by Maya, you have forgotten your real nature. I am there to help you. I will show the way to your real nature. There is a point here. Tayor vivekodita bodhavahni ajnana karyam pradahet samulam. Ajnana karyam samulam pradahet. Tayor vivekodita bodhavahni. Atma mattu anatma. ಆತ್ಮ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಯಾವುದು, ಅನಾತ್ಮ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು? ಇವು ಎರಡರ ವಿವೇಕ, ಇವು ಎರಡರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ನಾವು ಯಾವಾಗಲೂ ಮನನ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರೆ, ಯೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರೆ, ಆತ್ಮ ಅಂದ್ರೇನು, ಅನಾತ್ಮ ಅಂದ್ರೇನು, ನಾನು ಆತ್ಮ ಹೌದಾ ಅನಾತ್ಮ ಹೌದಾ, ನಾನು ಬರೀ ದೇಹವ, ನಾನು ಮನಸ್ಸ, ಅಥವಾ ಅದು ಮೀರಿದ್ದ, ಈ ರೀತಿ ವಿವೇಕ. ಸೊ ಬೈ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ ಡಿಸ್ಕ್ರಿಮಿನೇಷನ್ ಬಿಟ್ವೀನ್ perishable and imperishable. Perishable is anatma vastu. Body and mind. Body and mind. Perishable. What is imperishable? Atma vastu. So when you start discriminating and thinking and reflecting and then meditating on this line constantly with sincerity, believing in Shruti, Upanishad, Vachanas, believing in the Upadesha of Guru, then what happens? Ajnana karyam pradahet samulam. Your ajnana, ignorance will go away. This blaze of knowledge, jnanagni, the blaze of knowledge or wisdom, that jnanagni will burn away completely. Samulam ajnana karyam pradahet. It will burn away your ajnana. Ultimately, you become realized. ಈ ಶ್ಲೋಕದ ಅರ್ಥ ಏನು ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ನಿನ್ನ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ನೋಡಪ್ಪ, ನೀನು ತಪ್ಪು ತಿಳ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀಯಲ್ಲ, ನಾನು ಇಂಥವನು, ಈ ದೇಹ, ನಾನು ಗಂಡು, ನಾನು ಹೆಣ್ಣು, ನೀವು ಗುರುಗಳು, ನಾನು ಶಿಷ್ಯ, ಬಂದಿದ್ದೇನೆ ಕಾಪಾಡಿ. ಸರಿ, ನೀನ್ ಮೂಲವಾಗಿ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಂಡಿರೋದು ನೀನು ದೇಹ ಅಂತ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀಯಲ್ಲ, ಅದಲ್ಲ. ಅದು ಯಾಕೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅಜ್ಞಾನದಿಂದ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀಯ ನೀನು. ನೀನು ಜ್ಞಾನವಂತನಾಗ್ಬಿಟ್ರೆ ಈ ಅಜ್ಞಾನದ ಕಾರ್ಯ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ, ಅದು ಸಮೂಲವಾಗಿ ನಾಶವಾದರೆ, ಜ್ಞಾನಾಗ್ನಿಯಿಂದ ಅದು ಸುಟ್ಟು ಹೋದಾಗ ನಿನ್ನ ನಿಜ ಸ್ವರೂಪ ಏನು? ನಿನಗೆ ಹುಟ್ಟು ಇಲ್ಲ, ನಿನಗೆ ಸಾವು ಇಲ್ಲ, ನೀನು ಆತ್ಮಸ್ವರೂಪ. ಎಲ್ಲ ಕಡೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಜೀವಿಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಇರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಒಂದೇ ಆತ್ಮ ನಿನ್ನಲ್ಲೂ ಇದೆಯಪ್ಪ, ಅಲ್ಲೂ ಇದೆಯಪ್ಪ. ಸರ್ವಾಂತರ್ಯಾಮಿಯಾಗಿದ್ದೀಯಾ, ನಿನ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಸರ್ವಾತ್ಮ ಭಾವ ಬರುತ್ತಲ್ಲ, ಅದನ್ನ ಆಚಾರ್ಯರು ಇಲ್ಲೇ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಯೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡಬೇಡ, ಮಾ ಭೈಷ್ಟ, ದುಃಖ ಪಡಬೇಡ, ನಾನಿದ್ದೇನೆಪ್ಪ, ನಾನಿದ್ದೇನೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ ಮೇಲೆ, ಈಗ ಭಗವದ್ಗೀತೆಯಲ್ಲಿ 2ನೇ ಅಧ್ಯಾಯದಲ್ಲಿ 7ನೇ ಶ್ಲೋಕದಲ್ಲಿ ಶರಣಾಗತನಾಗ್ತಾನಲ್ಲ ಅರ್ಜುನ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ನಿಜವಾದ ಉಪದೇಶ 2ನೇ ಅಧ್ಯಾಯ 11ನೇ ಶ್ಲೋಕದಿಂದ ಪ್ರಾರಂಭ. ನಿಜವಾದ ಉಪದೇಶ ಭಗವದ್ಗೀತೆಯಲ್ಲಿ. ಸೊ ದ ರಿಯಲ್ ಉಪದೇಶ ಇನ್ ಭಗವದ್ಗೀತಾ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಬೈ ದ ಲಾರ್ಡ್ ಹಿಮ್ಸೆಲ್ಫ್, ಕೃಷ್ಣ ಪರಮಾತ್ಮ, from the 11th shloka of 2nd chapter. After Arjuna surrenders, falls at his feet, considers Lord Krishna as a Sadguru. Till that time Arjuna thought that he is his brother-in-law, he is his friend. ಅಲ್ಲಿವರೆಗೆ ಅರ್ಜುನನ ಮನಸ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ ಕೃಷ್ಣ ಪರಮಾತ್ಮ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ಅಯ್ಯೋ ಈತ ನನ್ನ ಗೆಳೆಯ, ಈತ ನನ್ನ ಪ್ರಾಣಸಖ, ಈತ ನನ್ನ ಭಾವ, ಈ ಭಾವ ಇತ್ತಲ್ಲ. ಕೃಷ್ಣ ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ಇರ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದ. ಯಾವಾಗ ಕೃಷ್ಣನೇ ಪರಮಾತ್ಮ ಸ್ವರೂಪ, ಆತನೇ ಸದ್ಗುರು ಅಂತ ಆತನಲ್ಲಿ ಶರಣಾಗತ ಆಗ್ತಾನಲ್ಲ, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಉಪದೇಶ ಪ್ರಾರಂಭ. ಹಾಗೆ ಈಗ ಮುಂದಿನ ಶ್ಲೋಕದಲ್ಲಿ ಶಿಷ್ಯ ಬಹಳ ಉತ್ಸುಕತೆಯಿಂದ ವೇದಾಂತ ಸಂಬಂಧಪಟ್ಟಂತಹ ಆತ್ಮತತ್ವ ಆತ್ಮವಿಚಾರಕ್ಕೆ ಸಂಬಂಧಪಟ್ಟಂತಹ ಗಹನವಾದ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆಗಳನ್ನು ಕೇಳ್ತಾನೆ. Now in the next shloka, now the Shishya, the disciple, with all earnestness, when Sadguru has given assurance, now he starts pouring out his heart to Sadguru. Krupaya shruyatam swamin prashnoyam kriyate maya yaduttaramaham shrutva krutarthasyam bhavan mukhat. Krupaya shruyatam swamin prashnoyam kriyate maya yaduttaram aham shrutva krutarthasyam bhavan mukhat. Hey Prabhu Sadguru, Krupaya shruyatam swamin. With benevolent look and mercy, please listen to me. Krupaya shruyatam, listen to me. Prashnoyam kriyate maya. Maya ayam prashnah kriyate. This question now I am putting towards you, Gurudeva. Please listen to me. Listen to my question. Yaduttaramaham shrutva krutarthasyam bhavan mukhat. Bhavan mukhat. From your lotus lips, whatever answer you give to my question, then I'll feel I am highly blessed and graced. Krutartham syam. I become highly blessed. What else I want? Krutartha. ಸದ್ಗುರುವಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಶಿಷ್ಯನ ಪ್ರಾರ್ಥನೆ ಇದು. ಹೇ ಪರಮಾತ್ಮ ಸ್ವರೂಪಿ ಸದ್ಗುರು, ಕೃಪೆಯಿಂದ ನನ್ನ ಮಾತುಗಳನ್ನು ನೀವು ಆಲಿಸಿ ಕೇಳಿ. ಈಗ ನಾನು ಕೆಲವು ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆಗಳನ್ನ ಕೇಳ್ತೇನೆ, ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮುಖಾರವಿಂದ ಬರ್ತಕ್ಕಂತಹ ಉತ್ತರಗಳನ್ನ ಪಡೆದು ನಾನು ಕೃತಾರ್ಥನಾಗ್ತೇನೆ, ಧನ್ಯನಾಗ್ತೇನೆ ಈ ಜೀವನದಲ್ಲಿ ಅಂತ ಈಸ್ ಆಸ್ಕಿಂಗ್ ಪರ್ಮಿಷನ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ದ ಗುರು ಟು ಆಸ್ಕ್ ದ ಕ್ವಶನ್. Guru nods, Sadguru nods, yes, with a pleasing smile. Then the next shloka, Acharya Shankara Bhagavat writes. Next shloka is a landmark shloka. Please remember, next shloka, there are 7 questions. There are 7 important questions of Vedanta itself. There are 7 important questions which are in our mind. In all spiritual aspirants. ಎಲ್ಲ ಸಾಧಕರಲ್ಲಿ ಪರಮಾತ್ಮನನ್ನ ಪಡಿಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಇಚ್ಛೆ ಇರತಕ್ಕಂತಹ ಜನಗಳಲ್ಲಿ, ಎಲ್ಲ ಗುರುಬಂಧುಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ಕೆಳಗಿನ 7 ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆಗಳು ಸದಾ ಇರುವಂತಹ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆಗಳೇ. ಈ 7 ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆಗಳಿಗೆ ಉತ್ತರ ಹುಡುಕಿದ್ರೆ ನಾವು ಜೀವನ್ಮುಕ್ತಿಯನ್ನು ಪಡೆದಂತೆ. ಆ 7 ಮುಖ್ಯವಾದ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆಗಳು ನಮ್ಮ ಎಲ್ಲರ ಮನಸ್ಸಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಬರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು ಯಾವುದು ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನ ಮುಂದಿನ ಶ್ಲೋಕದಲ್ಲಿ ಆ ಶಿಷ್ಯ ಈ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆಯನ್ನ ಸದ್ಗುರುಗೆ ಹಾಕ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾನೆ. 7 ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆಗಳು. Now the disciple is asking the questions. There are 7 questions. Ko nama bandha katamesha agatah katham pratishtha asya katham vimokshah ko savanatma paramah ka atma tayor vivekah katametadujyatam. Ko nama bandha katamesha agatah katham pratisthasya katham vimokshah ko savanatma paramah ka atma tayor vivekah katametadujyatam. ಈಗ ಶಿಷ್ಯನಾದವನು ಸದ್ಗುರುವಿಗೆ ಆತನ ಅಪ್ಪಣೆಯೊಂದಿಗೆ ಈ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆಗಳನ್ನು ಕೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾನೆ. ಗಹನವಾದ ಗಂಭೀರವಾದ ತತ್ವಜ್ಞಾನಕ್ಕೆ ಸಂಬಂಧಪಟ್ಟ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆಗಳು. ಕೋ ನಾಮ ಬಂಧಃ ಕಥಮೇಶ ಆಗತಃ ಕಥಂ ಪ್ರತಿಷ್ಠಾ ಅಸ್ಯ ಕಥಂ ವಿಮೋಕ್ಷಃ ಕೋ ಅಸ ಕೋಸಾವನಾತ್ಮ ಪರಮಃ ಕ ಆತ್ಮ ಕಹ ಸಹ ಅನಾತ್ಮ ಪರಮ ಆತ್ಮ ಕಹ ತಯೋರ್ವಿವೇಹ ಕಥಂ ಇತಿ ಉಚ್ಯತಾಂ. ಸೊ ಬಂಧನ ಅಂದ್ರೇನು? ಕೋ ನಾಮ ಬಂಧ. ಬಂಧನ ಅಂದ್ರೇನು ಗುರುಗಳೇ? ಬಂಧನ ಅಂದ್ರೇನು? ಅದು ಹೇಗೆ ಉಂಟಾಗಿದೆ? 2ನೇ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆ. ಬಂಧನ ಹೇಗೆ ಬಂತು? 3ನೇ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆ, ಈ ಬಂಧನ ಸಂಸಾರದಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಗೆ ಮತ್ತೆ ಮುಂದುವರಿತಾ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ, ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಮುಂದುವರಿತಾ ಇದೆ? ಈ ಬಂಧನದಿಂದ ಮುಕ್ತಿ ಹೇಗೆ? ಕಥಂ ವಿಮೋಕ್ಷ, ಈ ಬಂಧನದಿಂದ ಈ ಬಿಡುಗಡೆ ಪಡೆಯೋದು ಹೇಗೆ? ಅನಾತ್ಮ ವಸ್ತು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಯಾವುದು? ಅನಾತ್ಮಕಃ ಅಸೌ. ಅನಾತ್ಮ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು ಗುರುಗಳೇ? ಆತ್ಮ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು? ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಪರಮಾತ್ಮ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು? ಇವುಗಳ ಸಂಬಂಧ ಏನು? ಆತ್ಮ ಮತ್ತು ಪರಮಾತ್ಮ ಅಥವಾ ಆತ್ಮ ಮತ್ತು ಅನಾತ್ಮ, ಇವುಗಳ ಸಂಬಂಧ ಏನು ಗುರುಗಳೇ? ಇದನ್ನ ವಿಶದವಾಗಿ ನಮಗೆ ತಿಳಿಸ್ಕೊಡಿ. ಸೊ ದಿ 7 questions in this shloka, landmark shloka, what the Acharya is writing here, please remember, now the entire future Viveka Chudamani shlokas, the entire book deals with the 7 shlokas, answers to the 7 following shlokas, the following questions. The entire Viveka Chudamani deals with the 7 questions. Sorry. The answers for these 7 questions complete the entire book Viveka Chudamani given by Acharya. So, ko nama bandha katamesha agatah katam pratistasya katam vimoksha kosavanatma paramah ka atma tayor viveka katame daduchyata. So the 7 questions, important questions is all in our mind. All sadhakas, guru bandhus, spiritual people always have these questions. What is this bondage? The word used in Vedanta very often. Word used in philosophy very often. In all the books we use the word, we have heard the word. What is this bondage? What does it mean? First question. Second question, how this bondage actually, how did it arise? How it appeared in this creation? Third question, how this bondage, this binding system continues in the world for infinite number of years. Fourth question, how one can be released from this bondage? How one can escape this bondage? Fifth question, what is this anatman? What is this anatma? Anatma, this word is always used. I don't know that. What is this really anatma? Please define. Then very often use word. Next question, sixth question, what is Paramatma? The sixth question, what is Paramatma? Everyone refers the word Paramatma, Paramatma, Paramatma. What is that? So, next, 7th question, now how to distinguish between Anatma and Paramatma. See the 7 questions. Shishya is asking Sadguru. Ko nama bandha katamesha agatah katam pratistasya katam vimokshah kosavanatma paramah ka atma tayor viveka katame taduchyata. 7 questions the disciple, the devotee with folded hands is putting to the Sadguru. Then the next, the entire Viveka Chudamani Mahan Grantha, Acharya Shankara Bhagavatpada answers all these questions in detail. In detail. So with Guru Sankalpa, today's discourse is coming to an end and there will be a short bhajan. Sri Rama Jaya Rama Jaya Jaya Rama, Sri Rama Jaya Rama Jaya Jaya Rama, Sri Rama Jaya Rama Jaya Jaya Rama, Sri Rama Jaya Rama Jaya Jaya, Sri Rama Jaya Rama Jaya Jaya Rama, Sri Rama Jaya Rama Jaya Jaya Rama, Sri Rama Jaya Rama Jaya Jaya Rama, Sri Rama Jaya Rama. Sri Rama Jaya Rama. Hari Om Tat Sat. Om Namo Bhagavate Virageshwaraya. Hari Om.
Thank you for such a beautiful discourse, sir. It reminds me of the time when we were watching all these serials, on TV, waiting for the next one to be released the following week.
Yes. Yes.
And you
When
have,
Ramayana started, yes, Ramayana Mahabharata started, that was every Sunday morning, 9 o'clock, entire road used to be empty. I remember 1980s. Entire road, total silence. Yes, we were waiting.
my mystery deepens now with all those 7 questions that you have left us with now.
The entire book now, the 480 slokas cover that only. That only. Only they should have proper perceptive in their mind. Because Acharya, Sakshat Parashiva Avatara, Sakshat Parameshwara Sarupa, how he writes is only to be, you'll be thrilled. You'll be totally thrilled the way he puts in the slokas. My God. And we are not even, I am not even a dust particle. Not even a dust particle. Not even a dust particle to explain what Bhagavad Pada has written. And what commentary our great Sringeri Jagat Guru Shankaracharya, Sri Sri Chandrasekhar Bharati Mahaswamigal, the Bhashya has given on this.
Thank you, sir. I think we will expect questions online, and those questions will be answered in the following week by Professor Patki.
Yeah. So, shall we stop? Thank you. Hari Om. Hari Om. Hari Om. Namaste.